Spanked at the dining table. The long dining table stretched across the center of the room, neatly arranged for dinner. The chandelier above gave off a warm glow that bounced off the polished wood and the silver cutlery. A roast chicken sat at the center on a serving plate, surrounded by bowls of vegetables, gravy, and fresh bread rolls. The room carried the gentle scent of herbs and butter, home, comfort, and family. At one side of the table sat the father, straight-backed in his chair, adjusting his napkin across his lap. Next to him, a younger brother of 10 years old fiddled nervously with his fork, sneaking glances at his sister across the table. She was 20, tall and slim, dressed casually in a maroon t-shirt and fitted blue jeans. Her long dark hair tumbled over her shoulders as she sat slouched in her chair, scrolling lazily through her phone with one hand while absent-mindedly poking her food with the other. At the head of the table sat the mother, short brown hair styled neatly, wearing a cream blouse tucked into a dark skirt. She had gone to great lengths to prepare the meal, her posture composed as she set her glass of water down. Her eyes, however, kept flicking toward her eldest daughter. The first few minutes passed quietly, filled only with the clinking of cutlery against plates. The younger boy ate dutifully, the father asked about school, and the mother served second portions. But the 20-year-old girl barely looked up, her eyes fixed on the glow of her phone. So, the father asked, cutting into his chicken, how was everyone's day? The girl didn't look up. Fine. She scrolled quickly with her thumb, her maroon t-shirt pulling slightly as she leaned forward against the table. The younger brother glanced at her, then at his mother, then quickly back to his plate. The mother's voice came calm but firm. No phones at the table. The girl rolled her eyes, setting it down but leaving it beside her plate. Happy now, she muttered, grabbing her fork and stabbing a piece of potato with unnecessary force. The mother's eyes narrowed slightly, but she returned to her food. For a moment, silence returned. Then the girl spoke again, chewing with her mouth open. Is this chicken supposed to be this dry? The younger brother froze, fork halfway to his mouth. The father raised his eyebrows slightly, the mother's hand stilled on her knife and fork. It isn't dry, she said calmly. You'll eat it properly. The girl smirked, reaching for her water glass. If you say so. The boy glanced at his mother again, his little eyes wide, sensing the rising tension. The meal continued in an uneasy quiet. But soon, the girl sighed dramatically, dropping her fork onto the plate with a loud clink. Do we have to do this every night? Sitting around like some picture-perfect family? It's boring. The father cleared his throat. Mind your tone. Oh, come on, she shot back, leaning back in her chair, her dark hair falling over her shoulders. We all know I'm too old for this family dinner nonsense. You can't keep treating me like a child. Her brother stared at his plate, cheeks pink with embarrassment. The mother set down her cutlery slowly, her movements deliberate. She folded her hands on the table and looked directly at her daughter. You will not sit at this table and speak with such disrespect. The girl scoffed, tossing her head back. Respect? For what? For this boring meal? For being told what to do like I'm 12? She let out a short laugh. That was the final straw. The mother pushed her chair back, the legs scraping softly against the wooden floor. She stood, smoothing down her skirt, her expression calm but unyielding. Enough. The girl raised her eyebrows, a half-smile tugging at her lips. What, are you going to ground me? I'm 20. Her mother's eyes didn't waver. Stand up. The girl blinked. What? You heard me. Stand up. The younger brother's eyes grew wide, fork clattering onto his plate. The father set down his glass, staying silent but clearly watching. The girl laughed nervously. "Mum, you can't be serious." The mother stepped closer, her voice low and sharp. "If you choose to behave like a child, you will be disciplined like one. Stand up." The room held its breath. Slowly, the girl rose to her feet, her maroon t-shirt wrinkling as she pushed back her chair. She crossed her arms, glaring. "This is ridiculous." The mother didn't reply. She moved to the head of the table, pulled the girl by the arm, and turned her to face the polished surface. With a firm hand between her shoulders, she bent her over the dining table, pressing her palms flat against the wood. Her long dark hair fell forward, spilling across her face as she gasped in disbelief. "Mum," she hissed, twisting. "You can't." The sharp smack of the mother's hand against denim cut her protest short. Smack. The sound rang in the dining room, startling her brother into silence. The girl yelped, wriggling. "Ow! Stop it!" Another smack followed, firmer this time. Her jeans did little to dull the sting. "You will not roll your eyes at me." Smack. "You will not mock the food on this table." Smack. "You will not speak to your family with contempt." Smack. Each word came punctuated with another sharp spank, echoing in the tense air. The girl squirmed, her cheeks burning both from embarrassment and the sting. "I'm sorry," she cried, her voice cracking. Her hands gripped the edge of the table, knuckles white, but the spanking continued, steady and firm, until her defiance melted into tearful gasps. Her maroon t-shirt bunched slightly at her waist as she kicked her feet, unable to escape. Finally, the mother stopped. She stood tall, her hand resting firmly on her daughter's back, breathing evenly. Then she let go, stepping back. The girl stayed bent over the table for a moment, hair covering her flushed face, jeans tight against her thighs, her pride wounded far more than her body. Slowly, she pushed herself upright, rubbing at her eyes. Her mother's voice came steady and calm again. "Sit down. Properly. And finish your dinner." The girl swallowed hard, nodding quickly. "Yes, Mum," she whispered, her voice small. She eased back into her chair gingerly, tugging her t-shirt down over her waist. She picked up her fork again, eyes lowered to her plate. The younger brother stared at his food silently, still wide-eyed. The father gave the mother a faint nod of approval before resuming his meal. The mother sat back down at the head of the table, lifting her fork with perfect composure. "Now," she said lightly, as though nothing had happened, "who would like more vegetables?" The boy nodded quickly, sliding his plate forward. The father asked for more bread. And the girl, cheeks still flushed and eyes lowered, ate her chicken without another word of complaint. The dining table, once tense with disrespect, was now quiet and orderly again, discipline restored in the simplest, firmest way possible.